So I have a huge testimony of answered prayers from Jesus that is so epic that I have to share it. Um, so I, in serving the Lord and stuff, I've been, He allowed me to become disabled so that I would begin seeking Him back in 2020, disabled by the virus. And I that's when my journey began with Him, really. And so I've been, I've been on the struggle side financially um, for a while now, and I I recently was praying, and I was praying like, Lord, I'm giving, I'm putting this in your hands. I'm trusting you. You make a way when there is no way, because He has continued to, keep the roof over my children's head, and He's continued to really make a way when there is no way. And recently also, I, when watching some of the testimonies of the Muslims who, there were 200 of them, I believe, who they encountered Jesus in the same night. 200 people in their dreams saw and met Jesus and became followers of Jesus Christ like the next day. And so I prayed for my brother, who is an atheist. He believes in aliens, which we know are fallen ones. They're not actually aliens, but fallen angels. And I prayed, after watching these people's testimonies, I prayed for my brother to have an encounter of some sort with Jesus, to know that Jesus is real. And this morning, not expecting anything, I get a call or a text from G, telling me to call him. G is my brother in Christ, Mandy's soulmate, and he really truly is a brother that Jesus placed in my life this year. And so I call him, and he says that him and Mandy were praying, and Jesus told them this morning to help McKenna. I'm not going to share any details or whatever, but Jesus was adamant that G, who lives like roughly an hour from me, maybe a little less depending on traffic, Jesus told him that he needed to drive it to me, like what Jesus told them to give me. And he said, and you should leave now. And I was so confused. I'm like, Jesus, why are you having him drive it out here? I feel so bad. Like, I'm like trying to figure out why he would do that. And then so all of a sudden I'm getting my kids ready, because G was almost to my apartment, and then as G calls me and says that he's there and to meet him by like my leasing office with my kids, I get a knock on my door, and it's my grandpa, my adopted grandpa, and who is Catholic, by the way. And I was like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting you, and told him like I gotta run to the leasing office. My friend is stopped by or whatever, and so I like say goodbye to my adopted grandpa. I helped him with what he needed, and then I meet G in the parking lot with my kids, and they run up to him and give him a hug, and then all of a sudden I see my grandpa is across the parking lot, like staring, and then all of a sudden I see my brother who was supposed to come pick my kids and I up like 10-15 minutes later, but he came early. And I see my brother pop his head up near my grandpa, and so they all come at the same time. And it was like, I was like, whoa, why is this happening all at once? This is so crazy. And then my brother comes and he grabs my kids and he meets G, and then as I said goodbye to G, and as I was walking with my brother to his car with my kids, I felt in my spirit that I needed to tell him why G was just there. And I said, I've been praying about our struggles financially, and I did not mention anything to Mandy or G about it. I've been just only seeking Jesus about it. And then this morning, Jesus spoke to Mandy and G and told them to give this to me and to drive it out here. And my brother, who is an atheist, that prayer that I said for my brother about my brother having an encounter with Jesus to know that he's real, literally Jesus timed it knowing that my grandpa, who's Catholic, my brother, who's atheist, would show up at the time when I wasn't expecting, at the same time that G is being obedient to Jesus and doing what the Lord has called him to do. And so my atheist brother and my Catholic grandpa just got to witness Jesus in this way. And like that seed that I've been planting over time is probably growing immensely like in this moment right now. Like that's so beautiful, and that is truly, truly, truly proof that Jesus is in control of everything, and Jesus knows how to he knows what we need before we ask him. He makes a way when there is no way. He is our miracle worker, promise keeper, and our light in the darkness. And truly, when you faithfully pray and expect him to answer, because he is faithful to his word and promises, when you expect him to give you what you need or answer your prayers, he does it in big ways like this. And that is so beautiful. I had to share it. I hope this blesses and encourages others to always pray and depend on Jesus solely and faithfully, because he hears our faithful prayers and he answers them. I love you in Christ. God bless.